Hello YouTubers. You see that hammock down there? I'm going to do a little watch talk on that a little bit later. We're going to continue this part 2 of Bulova. Hello YouTubers. I'm back in the hammock. Almost fell asleep here. But I'd like to continue my second part of Bulova. And Bulova. My question today is Bulova an icon? Is it an icon today? Is it soft? Is it crappy? Do you know anybody that owns one? I don't know anybody that owns one. But yeah, when I did my video before, I said Joseph Bulova started it back in 1875 here in America. Home base in Washington, or in New York City. Still is. It is still there. And I think he started out making pocket watches and then went to wrist watches later in his production years. That was way back. And in the 60s, they were an icon, absolutely an icon in the 60s. They were in almost all the spacecraft and the instrumentation panels and their timekeeping instruments in the space program back then. They had some movement. It was a tuning fork movement that was supposed to be like super duper accurate. And I think that's where the Accutron name came from. But back in the 60s, I think they were even in contention for the moon watch at one point. I know Rolex, Longines, Omega, and Hamilton were the big four that were competing at the time. And Omega won out. Omega Speedmaster, man on the frickin' moon. That's my Speedy. I love it. History, icon. It doesn't have a date. That sucks. I really wish it had a date. It's a good thing to have. A good thing to have. A date, because I can't remember jack crap. Anyway, I forget where I was. 60s. Omega won out. All those watches were great contenders. There's an aircraft going right over my head. All those watches were great contenders for the moon watch. I mean, of course, Hamilton right here in Lancaster. I was watching a video the other day with Archie, doing an interview, or a review on some guy's collection. Had a couple of watches, and Hamilton was one of them. And you know, Archie almost gave the guy credit, or should I say, almost gave Hamilton credit. At one point, he was almost, say that he respected him, but then he went into the shitter mode and said, they're shit. But I don't believe they are. I believe they're. I think they were a great piece, and they still are today. I mean, they were icon. I think they were really into the marine watch thing back in their day. Today, of course, they're known for the Martian movie, Below Zero, the Hamilton Below Zero. I mean, for crying out loud, Elvis wore them. I don't know. A whole bunch of people wore them. The khakis, big time. So, and these watches, another thing he said, you got to have some pain. It's got to hurt to buy a watch. Well, $600 to $1,000 hurts some people. That's very, very painful for some people to buy. And I think you can get a really nice Hamilton for that. Something you can be proud of and wear every day. But yeah, I think back to the subject here. So Hamilton, all those watches were in contention. Bulova was at one point, and I think they lost out because they couldn't prove they were dust proof. Something to do with being dust proof. So Omega took, took first place. But man, they did all the space missions. I think they were even there before Omega was in the spacecraft. And, definitely an icon that they also make some watches today. I know the Accutron, the Precisionist. Try to say that a couple times fast. They claim to be within like 10 seconds in a year's time, either way. So that's pretty precise, I would think. And the market on them, it's probably soft. I don't own a Bulova. If anyone owns a Bulova that's watching this, please let me know what you think. And if you know anybody that owns a Bulova, I don't know anyone that owns a Bulova. I mean, I think my doctor office has a wall clock, a Bulova wall clock, a round one. It's kind of nice, but what do you think? I want to know what you think. Is it still an icon? Would you buy one? Check them out. I mean, they're online. They're for sale. There's an outlet near my place, but I don't know anybody that has one. So that's my question. Is it an icon? In your mind, is it an icon? Would you buy one? Wouldn't you? The history is there, and it was an icon. So you got to give those things a little thought before you make a decision. But let me know what you think. I'm interested in that. So that's my vid today. Until next time, stay well.